A few months back, the Redmi Note 7 kinda crushed the Galaxy M30 in a speed test. But now, Samsung has upgraded the chip in the M30s. It's a huge upgrade from Exynos 7904 to 9611. The Redmi Note 8 Pro, on the other hand, has taken an unexpected route by going for a Mediatek chip, the G90T. Will the result completely change this time? Let's find out. This is where we are gonna see how the two phones perform in terms of real life usage. We are gonna compare a lot of practical things, the CPU performance, app opening times, boot times, internet speed test, and even the speed of the fingerprint scanners. By the way, my name is Ashwin Sundar. This is Technology Jock. Let's get started. Before we begin, a huge shout out to our sponsor, Glazed Ink. Glazed Ink makes really good, durable tempered glasses for a lot of phones. What's special about them is that they have actual 2.5D curved glass along the edges, so the entire screen is covered. No air bubbles or awkward gaps like these, which you might get from installing any other tempered glass available in the market. This is something you need to get specifically because it doesn't even come with a pre-applied screen protector. So do check out Glazed Ink, link in the description. Use the promo code TJOCK to get 10% discount. Now guys, note that I turned off all sorts of power saving modes on both phones. So both phones are fully armored and ready for the battle. And few more things. Number one, the app switcher is cleared. There is nothing in the background. Number two, both phones were factory reset before this test and I installed the same set of apps on both. I didn't uninstall any existing app. Number three, the phones are connected to the same Wi-Fi. Now let's first test the fingerprint scanners. I've unlocked the phones multiple times now and quite evidently the Note 8 Pro unlocks faster. Not way faster, but a tad faster. But personally, I'm not a fan of the fingerprint scanner placement. It's on the camera bump, but this is a speed test and only speed matters here. Let's now move on to app opening times, which is one of the things that matter the most to any smartphone user. Let's start with the Twitter app. No difference. Instagram? Again, absolutely no difference. Geo7? The M30 has opened it first, but the content loaded faster on the Note 8 Pro. Just nitpicking guys, the difference is in milliseconds probably, so not a big deal. The Note 8 Pro was slightly faster at loading Hotstar, by the way. Google Drive, Note 8 Pro again. YouTube, no big difference. Zomato, Note 8 Pro. Now this is where we can see a noticeable difference. Let's open a few games. Subway Surfers loaded much faster on the Note 8 Pro. Same with PUBG, there was a difference of about 3 to 4 seconds. Asphalt 9 took way too much time to load on the M30s, so I'm guessing there's something weird about it, so let's just retry. Yeah, this time it loaded faster. Probably some issue last time. Now, the last row of apps, all very light ones. If you watched closely, the Note 8 Pro was the faster of the two in every single instance. Again, not a big difference like I said earlier, but overall I'd like to conclude that except a very few apps, everything opened or loaded faster on the Note 8 Pro. Now, how about the background app management? As in, we need to check whether the apps that we just opened are still open in the background. For example, we started Subway Surfers, opened that weird photo on Google Photos. So let's see if they open that exact same page instead of reloading from scratch. So the bottom row of apps, none of them reloaded. Both phones have Asphalt 9 open in the background, but the M30s takes a fraction of a second to actually open it. Same with PUBG, the response is slightly slower on the M30s. Now the Note 8 Pro is reloading Subway Surfers, but the M30s doesn't. The Note 8 Pro reloads Zomato as well. Again, that slow response is evident here. The Note 8 Pro reloads YouTube, Google Drive, and Hotstar. Twitter too. Do note that both phones in this speed test have 6 GB RAM each. So yeah, with regards to background app management, the Galaxy M30s is the clear winner. That said, the Note 8 Pro is not that bad either. It's definitely improved a lot over the Note 7 Pro, and the Note 7 Pro was quite bad. Let's now go ahead and perform a video render test. I've loaded the same video on both phones. I've set the speed to 50%. Let's now export it in 1080p resolution. This is a high intensity task, and this is a good way to compare the raw CPU performance of both phones. Okay, here is where we can actually see what the chipsets inside can do. The Note 8 Pro has taken a huge lead already. The M30s is just halfway through and the Note 8 Pro is done with the render. Now I know, practically speaking, not many people will edit or render videos on smartphones, but what I'm trying to convey here is this is what the chipsets are capable of. So wherever a lot of horsepower is required, the Note 8 Pro will go the extra mile. For example, gaming really pushes the CPU and GPU. So whenever you need to get something done that's very demanding, the Note 8 Pro will be the better performer. Let's also quickly do an internet speed test. Like I said earlier, I'm connected to the same Wi-Fi. Okay, why is the M30s being throttled? Is it because a lot of bandwidth is already being used up by some other device? In this case, the Note 8 Pro? Because it's like 15 times slower. Upload doesn't even start until the Note 8 Pro is done. If you guys have any idea about what's happening, let me know in the comment section. So now let's start the test on the M30s first, let it go on for a few seconds, and then start the test on the Note 8 Pro. Okay, the Note 8 Pro doesn't behave that way. In fact, it goes past the M30s's speed, finishes at almost twice the speed. Upload speed difference is even higher. Mine is a 100 Mbps connection. I get stable 90 Mbps most of the time. So this difference doesn't have anything to do with my connection. Anyway, for the final round, let's reboot the phones. Let me fast forward again. The Note 8 Pro wins here again. So that's the end of it. The M30s performed well in the background app management test, but otherwise the Note 8 Pro was dominant throughout the test. App opening times, fingerprint scanner unlocking times, internet speed test, boot times, raw CPU performance, you name it. So if this kind of high performance is really important to you, the Note 8 Pro is clearly the better choice for you. If there is any other video or comparison you wanna see involving one of these phones, let me know in the comment section. So that's it. Thanks for watching. This is Ashwin Sundar, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.